I recently got engaged last year in June to my fiance, and this was for us, right? This was something that we're gonna start to build our future with, right? Build a family, maybe even, right?
It was slated to be a massive development, 3 condo towers here near Highway 7 in Jane, just a stone's throw from the brand new TTC station up here in Vaughan. It was called Cosmos Condominium. Its slogan was "The future is here," but nothing could be further from the truth today. Hundreds of buyers who bought back in 2016 and sunk thousands of dollars in deposits into the development received a letter this week saying that it had been turfed. Today we spoke with 2 first-time buyers who sunk their life savings into the development, thinking they had made a rock-solid investment.
I put about $60K down, bought a 1-bedroom plus den with a parking spot as well on the 9th floor, and the total cost was something around $330,000 for the unit. And now those same units are somewhere around $400,000 plus. So it seems like now that we're getting our deposits back, we've been priced out of the market to be able to purchase the same kind of unit at a comparable price.
At the helm of the project is Liberty Developments. Their website notes that they have over 30 years of experience. What were you told by the developer when you were looking to purchase?
I was told that this would be a great investment. They reassured me that in a couple years' time, when I do move in, my investment will be worth a lot more than what I paid. In the letter which hundreds of people received, it states that we are advised by the project vendor that at this time, financing for the project on terms satisfactory to the vendor cannot be arranged. It's a bit of a funny sentence. What do you think that actually really sounds?
Satisfactory to the vendor means they can get more money by putting the place back on the market at higher prices.
Everyone has been told they will get their deposits back, but that's about it. Unfortunately for buyers, pre-built condos can be canceled for a long list of reasons, and it's all completely legal. A spokesperson for the developer sent City News this statement that reads, "The cancellation of all purchaser agreements was made solely due to the inability to secure satisfactory construction financing." It goes on to say, in part, that despite the project's sales success, the decision was made by the vendors.
I'm just really feeling very helpless and kind of at a loss right now.
So who is the vendor? A spokesperson only gave us a numbered company, but after we did some digging, we found these court documents that show the numbered company we were given as the vendor has the same address as Liberty Developments. And a confidential source also told City News that the name behind the numbered company is this man, Fred Darvish, who is also the president of Liberty Development. Liberty Development, in their letter, they keep on saying that it's the vendor's decision to do this, financial reasons. And what would you say if that you found out the vendor was also Liberty Developments?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it's not as surprising because it seems like this company is protected in all aspects.
Liberty Developments has multiple projects going on across the GTA that have not run into financial issues. Buyers we spoke to are demanding more answers. Now, as we mentioned earlier, there isn't much protection for consumers who are buying pre-built construction here in the province of Ontario. Ahead on City News, just how vulnerable you are.
It just seems like the legislation around this is very, very in favor of the developer. And Liberty Developments has been around for 30 years, so even as a home buyer who's doing the due diligence that you need to do to figure out whether you're buying the right property or looking at the right developer, after all of this, you still have a developer who has a reputation, who's been around for a while, who's able to take advantage of the legislation around this and be able to provide you with almost no explanation as to why they were able to cancel the development that you were looking forward to moving into to start a new life.
I'm Adrian Ghobrial. Earlier on City News, we told you about hundreds of people who had sunk thousands of dollars in deposits into a development right here in Vaughan at Highway 7 near Jane, just a stone's throw from the brand new TTC Vaughan station. Though this week, they all received a letter in the mail saying the development had been scrapped by the project developer Liberty Developments. And in that letter, it said that everything was done because of an inability to secure satisfactory construction financing. Now, those who are getting their deposits back feel that the only reason this whole project has been scrapped is because the units they bought back in 2016 are now worth upwards of $100,000 more. Now, no matter what the truth is here, it's all legal. And Bob Aaron, a real estate lawyer we spoke with today, says enough is enough.
The agreements of purchase and sale say, and the Tarion regulations say, that a builder has to be able to back out of a deal if certain conditions aren't met, like say if they don't get a building permit. But the problem is that these purchasers are left holding the bag 2, 3, 4 years later. And the legislation does not protect the consumers. That's the problem.
What would you suggest? What could we do? What kind of legislation would you like to see to protect consumers?
I would like to see the legislation change so that if a builder backs out of a deal for whatever reason, he's got to give the buyers the difference in value between what they paid and the then market value at the time they pulled the plug.
You think that would solve some of these problems?
It would solve the problems immediately.
These people are going to get their deposit back. Are some also going to receive their interest back?
Well, the interest is negative. It's prime minus, so they won't get any interest, even though they're paying money on their financing or their lines of credit. So they won't get any interest back, and they probably won't get back the money they've paid for extras.
So people could be out thousands of dollars.
Thousands or tens of thousands if they bought an upgraded kitchen or something like that.
Now, some might be surprised to learn as well that a developer can back out of a pre-construction project just 90 days before the first move-in date. Now, buyers we spoke to today say they want more answers from the developer and vendor, Liberty Developments.